Hi, I'm making this video because I had a difficult time installing Qiskit, and so I thought I would just share what I learned. It might help others. I have a Windows version of this, and this is now my Mac version. I am a complete amateur, a beginner. I'm not a physicist, I'm not a computer programmer. I just wanted to try to get Qiskit running, and I did get it running, and so I just thought I would share what I learned. And mostly what you will want to do is follow the IBM instructions. And so if you just Google install Qiskit, and this is an old MacBook Air that I have to demo this on. It's old, it's slow, it's the only one I've got. So, well, it's not the only one I've got, the other one I've got is even older. So anyway, but this is the one I have to demo on. So if you go to install Qiskit, you'll come up to this video, and you'll mostly want to do what he does, but if you're like me, he went a little fast for me, I'm old, and so I'm just filling in a few of the gaps and a few things that I needed to add to it. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is install Miniconda. So you will want to Google Miniconda. This will be our version of Python. And you can just go to installing Miniconda. And in this video, I'm assuming that you're kind of like me, that you're not an expert at any of these things, but also you're not a complete beginner, because otherwise you probably wouldn't be wanting to learn about quantum computing. So installing Miniconda, we'll want to do the Mac version. So we'll go to Mac OS, graphical installer. Let's see. Let me read this because I did have problems with permissions. Op Miniconda if you install it, if you have multiple users. I think I'm just going to go with the default here. I did install on this computer before. I think I completely uninstalled, so I think I'm doing this on a fresh computer, so it should be just like what you have. So I'm assuming that you want to do a complete install. So I'll download the package installer. And I think it does not install immediately. No, I have to go down here and do it. I have to figure out what kind of processor I have. So I'll go to About This Mac. And I have an Intel processor. So you will want to install for the kind of processor you have. Intel x86. I want the package. So I'm going to do this one. So I want the package, not the bash. I'll save it in my downloads. And I will run the installer. And I like in the IBM video, it tells you to read the terms very carefully, as you would expect. And I agree, and I will install. It's less than a minute, so maybe I won't pause. And I will close. I will move it to the trash. Okay, Next, I'm going to open up a terminal window. Notice it says base right here. That's a good thing. That means that the Miniconda was installed. Next, I need to create an environment. So I had never done this before, and so this environment with Python, it will allow us to have separate environments so we can install different packages in different environments and not mess up the environments that we're using for one project to another project, and we can keep them all separate. And so what we need to do is, at this point in the video on IBM, he opens up his Visual Studio Code, which we have not installed yet. You don't have to have it installed yet to create the environment, so we are going to get to that. So in our terminal window, we want to type conda create -- name, and then we'll give it a name, and I'll go with CWQ because that's what they use in their tutorial videos for their environment, and it should create that environment. Now the next thing, proceed yes. Now we need to activate this environment, and we do that just by following these instructions right here, conda activate CWQ. And we're all set. Notice over here it changed. I'm now in the CWQ environment. All right, very cool. Okay, so I am not sure why there's a warning up here about not able to create the environments file when it seems to have created an environment. I'm not sure about that. I've tried to figure it out. Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. Okay, so now we need to install pip. Pip will let us install other things. So we could just install them straight from Conda, but following the guidelines that we have in the IBM video, we'll install pip first. So we'll do conda install pip, pip. And yes, proceed. And then we'll use pip to install Qiskit and Qiskit IBM runtime and a couple other packages. Okay, so now I will do pip install Qiskit, Qiskit. Now I will do pip install Qiskit, Qiskit underscore IBM underscore runtime. And then I will do pip install Jupyter, Jupyter. And then we will install let's see, Now we need matplotlib. So pip install matplotlib matplotlib. And then we need pip install py latex latex enc. So install py latex enc. Pip install py latex enc. And I think that's it. Let me double check. We did Jupyter, we did IBM Runtime. I think that's good. Okay. So now we need to install Visual Studio Code. The first time through this, I had used Visual Studio before. I didn't hear Visual Studio Code, so that's different. So install Visual Studio Code. Download Visual Studio Code Mac. We want Intel chip. Well, I want Intel chip. I don't know what kind you have. Now I just double clicked on it to unzip it. That's right. Okay, and it creates it, and it just unzips it, and there it is, and it's right there in your downloads folder if that's where you put it. So I'm going to drag it and put it in my applications folder. So now it's in my applications folder, and now I'll go to applications and run Visual Studio Code. Yes, I do want to open it. And I need to install the Python extension. This is one thing that he does not mention on the, I guess I did not uninstall it before. I thought I had uninstalled this. Okay, but we do need to install the Python extension, so it's not mentioned in the IBM video. So you'd want to go to extensions, and the top one should be Python, and mine says it's installing. I think this is because I uninstalled a lot of things, and then now it's restarted. So if you were looking at this for the first time, Python would show up here, and you would want to install it. And then I'm going to restart the extension, and you may have to start it for the first time, and I will show you where that would go. Okay, so I restarted it, and then now what's going to happen, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go to New File, and I have Jupyter Notebook here. If you don't have Jupyter Notebook, let me see if I can remember how to do this. You would I think you'll have it. Pretty sure that will be there. So go to Jupyter Notebook. Yes, that should be there because we installed that. And then we need to get the correct kernel. and we need to get that CWQ that we created. And when we first go to select kernel, yours probably will not show up here. Probably will not show up the CWQ. And so what I had to do was to restart Visual Studio Code, and then I had to come back here, and when I clicked in this box, it asked me if I wanted to enable my extensions, and that's when I enabled the Python extension. And then when I came back to select kernel, it was there. So that part is kind of tricky, and unfortunately I'm not demoing it right because it's showing up for me. But I believe it probably will not show up for you, and that's what you would need to do. So you would need to close out Visual, so you would close it out altogether, and then restart it. And then you may also be prompted to create a folder. So you might need to create a folder. I'll create a new folder, call it CWQ. So now I have my new folder, and then I do File, New File, a new Jupyter notebook, and then under Detecting Kernels, okay, alright, good, so it didn't show up, so hopefully it'll be like this. You might have to enable the extensions. So mine is already showing Python environments. If it does not show Python environments, you should be able to enable those extensions. And I'm going to go to Python environments, and then I will choose the CWQ that shows up there. And then I can go to IBM, Hello World, Qiskit. If you have not already done so, you will also need to make an IBM account. Let me get to the right place. Let me pause this. So you would Google set up IBM Quantum Channel, and then you'll go to set up an IBM Quantum Channel. And then when you do that, this link should be fine, IBM Quantum Account page. And if you do not have an account, at this point it would probably prompt you to create the account. IBM Quantum Login page. There we go. IBM Quantum Login page. And so if you don't have an account at this point, it would have the prompt for you to create an account. You will need your API token once you've created your account. Once you've created your account, you'll need to log in. You will need that API token. I have to come back and copy it because I'm going to copy some other stuff. And then back on this page, so this page I got to it by going to set up an IBM Quantum Channel. And there's this code. Here it says Save Account. I'm going to copy that code, and then I'm going to go to my Visual Studio Code. and I'm going to paste that into my window. No, that's not the one I wanted. No, I guess that is it. Okay, and then I'm going to go get my token, and I'm going to put it here where it says my IBM token. I'm going to delete the angle brackets, leave the quotation marks, and then I'll run this window. Don't know why it's taking so long. While it's doing this, I'm going to go back to the page and copy the code I want to test. So this would be the Hello World page. I think my computer has reached the limits of what it wants to do with its miniature little amount of memory. Hello World. And I'm going to copy this code right here. Go back to my Visual Studio code. Why is it still running? Yeah. Account already exists. Okay, because I had done this earlier on this computer, so it's okay for me because it's just saying that I already have that account. It should not be a problem. Now I'm going to add another code window. I'm going to paste this code in and run it. And there it is, and it works.